One day, real.
Okay.
I don't need you saying, oh,
Not-
I don't.
Not back, but now I can. It's my arm, well, not my back.
Early morning, volunteers of USAFED Charitable Foundation are loading hot bread. They plan to take it to the settlements affected by the Russian so-called liberators. Xavier is from France. The volunteer is not embarrassed by the recent pain in his lower back. He says that people are waiting for help.
I fall in love of Ukraine with this war. I don't know Ukraine before, and this war I discover Ukrainian people, my girlfriend too, and all, and I love this country. I'm feel good here. It's a war, but I feel good here. I'm in my place.
Xavier has been living in Ukraine for a year now. In his country, before volunteering, he worked as a journalist. He says that at some point he decided to quit his job, sell some of his property, buy several minibuses to evacuate people, and deliver humanitarian aid and help Ukrainians. You are driving here in the roads of Donetsk region. Being from a different country, what do you think of these roads?
These are very bad roads, but I am driving to help people, so it's not a problem.
The roads and all infrastructure in the Sviatohirsk community liberated by the Ukrainian army last autumn has been crippled by the war. The village of Tetianivka, where volunteers often bring bread, was a real front line. The fighting here lasted almost 3 months. Pensioner Mykola remembers how all this time people lived in basements without water, food or medicine.
For 2.5 months was sitting there with 9 other neighbors. The basement is reliable, I made it myself. But it wasn't able to stand it, started to jump already. There was no light, no water, no pharmacy, no shops. We've been baking some bread. That was good. We were drying breadcrumbs for a month before, so they came into use.
Locals have begun to return to Sviatohirsk, which was 80% destroyed. Shops and pharmacies are working. Life here is not what it was before the war, but the main thing people say is that there is no shelling.
The main thing for people is that it was calm, that nowhere and nothing exploded, that there was hope, and there is. Why? People are coming back.
Shops have not opened everywhere in the deoccupied territories yet. There are settlements near the front line where no more than 2 or 3 dozen people live. Therefore, the volunteers say people need such help very much.
Of course, there are settlements with working shops, but there are categories of people who, let's say, do not always have the opportunity to buy bread, so we cover these needs.
But in most cases, volunteers note people are not so much in need of groceries as they are in need of regular attention.
In small villages, it happens all the time. You come and they are waiting, saying, let's go, let's eat, drink coffee. It is not bread that is important for them, but emotional support, to learn some news, to share their emotions. Often it is very emotionally difficult for people who stayed and did not leave.
Fresh bread is now being delivered to recently reopened free canteens in Slovyansk by volunteers from USAFED. This project does not just cover the needs of those who are in need. The humanitarian organization orders the bread from local producer, supporting medium-sized businesses.
It's kind of part of the job, not just to help local people, but also to support local businesses.
Volunteers deliver free bread to the affected communities 4 days a week. In one trip, they can distribute more than 1,000 loaves to people. Reported by Anastasia Tarnavska, Alena Hramova, Yevhen Karmazin, UATV News.